What is good, everybody? Jagan here, and we are back for episode 8 of the Romance Dawn podcast after being on hiatus last week. I'm joined here by my usual co-host, Al Fiji. What's going on, man? You enjoy your time away last week?
It was a good week away, man. Had a nice little breath of fresh air. It was a good week away. I did miss this discussion because this is probably one of the most hyped chapters since we actually started the podcast.
Yeah, for sure, man. So, I was like, wow, do we really have to both be out of town like during this chapter? Like, come on, man.
Yeah, the timing was a bit shitty, but I had a good week away. You know what I'm saying?
It's all good.
A week away from making videos and editing, and yeah, it felt good.
Yeah, it's always nice to get away from that for just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Especially because you were making some moves for work. So congrats to you on that, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, so with One Piece obviously being on break this week, and of course us not being here last week, the majority of this episode will be dedicated to our thoughts on chapter 987, and then later we'll also be giving our opinions on the handling of Haki in general. Specifically, I guess we'll talk about what we like about it, as well as some of the things we find inconsistent about it. So, getting into the chapter, I'd say the perception from around the community has been fairly positive, especially because it's, one of the most hyped chapters in a while, but most of the controversy, of course, comes from power scaling, which we will address in the latter portion of the video. And it starts off with Kaido remembering the day of Oden scarring him, as well as Oden's death. And Oda has kind of been, emphasizing, I guess, the quote of his soul living on, which reminded me of Kawamatsu in Act 2, when he talked about the soul that resides in a katana makes a samurai strong and gives him the ability to destroy his enemies. So just more emphasis on inherited will there, not only from the retainers, the scabbards, but of course from Zoro as well, inheriting his blade. So Fiji, what did you think about, I guess, this initial sequence with the scabbards' infiltration and how we are just constantly reminded that Oden is basically Kaido's Achilles heel?
Yeah. So basically, after reading the last chapter, I didn't really mind the scene. I didn't think it was that, I didn't think it was bad. I actually thought it was actually a really good scene.
Yeah, you changed your mind on that, correct?
Yeah. Okay, initially, I was like, yo, they shouldn't have been able to do it. Then I just thought about it, and I was like, nah, this is actually a pretty cool scene. Their life has come, it's all culminating here. This is the moment that they've been working towards, and it's, this is something big happening. It's a great trigger to start off the war. I'm glad somebody other than Luffy got that shine to kick off the war, because that's something I never expected. I expected Oda to just give Luffy the shine as per usual, but no, he actually gave it to the scabbards, and that's a lot more meaningful. And it's just, thematically, it's just a brilliant scene. The way they're pushing him off from the top, it's just a cool scene. But I remember saying, if they do actually injure or wound Kaido, I would dislike this scene. But the reason why I said that was because their swords didn't look like they were using Haki. And even in this chapter, their swords don't look like they're using Haki. Their swords, we can see the blade. It isn't coated in black. So when they're actually stabbing Kaido, I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on? But then Kaido mentions that they are using Oden's Ryo too. So we're obviously going to get into that after the chapter discussion, but I found that really interesting. I just, that my main thing, not issue, but my main qualm with them being able to actually cut Kaido was the fact that it didn't even look like they were using Haki, which means, it isn't even tough to cut this guy. Like, for the Marines would be able to cut him if that was the case. So to see this, it's that did help out the scene a lot. Like, I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it as much at all. And I think there's also the fact that he can actually feel pain. He's like, why does it hurt? Talking about the scar that he got from Oden. And I feel like it could be some sort of like phantom pain, maybe. Right. Like a thing where, certain scars, they actually leave an ache. Like Luffy on his chest, when Akainu was mentioned by Jinbei, he grabbed and clenched onto his chest as if there was some actual pain there. Shanks, pointing at his 3 scars on his eyes, he's like, even now, the pain on this scar still hurts me. I've taken a lot of wounds, but this scar is the only one that hurts me. So I feel like that might be something Oda will introduce, where narratively significant scars and wounds will have some sort of phantom pain, and you'll be able to actually feel something from them. I think that would be cool.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe, I guess the one person we haven't seen do that is Zoro with the Mihawk scar.
Yeah, we haven't seen that.
So that'd be interesting as well. But so we see Hyogoro, he sort of just acts as the defender of the scabbards. He's like, no, I'm not going to let the fodder get there. He's going into action. And we kind of thought earlier in the execution that Hyogoro would be the one to make a move and maybe like be a sacrifice in this war. But I guess he's still here for the time being. Do you see any other purpose for him going forward? Do you think he makes it?
I don't know. I don't know. I think it's very possible he dies, but we'll have to see. He's been kind of ruthless lately.
For sure.
Oda has been a lot more ruthless lately than usual, so I could see him dying. I don't know if that would be as emotional for us as, one of the scabbards or something else, but it would still be a cool moment. We'll have to wait and see. Hyogoro right now, I just see him being a side character who has a lot of knowledge. He may be able to like teach us some things. I don't know what role he'll play because I don't think he's that powerful. Like, of course, he can use Ryo. Like, he can use advanced armament Haki, but that doesn't make him powerful. We're gonna get into that later, anyways. But he's not that powerful. He can probably fight against Beast Pirate fodder, but I don't see him having a 1v1 with anybody formidable on the Beast Pirates and Big Mom Pirate Alliance on their side. So Hyogoro, I don't know what's happening with him, but I think it would be cool if he has something to do with saving Momo here.
Yeah.
Because his entire life is sort of dedicated to the Kozuki clan, and he's been there for them from the very, very beginning, like over 20 years ago. So that would be cool if he has a hand to play in with saving Momo, because no one's actually saving Momo right now. Momo's still tied to that cross, so that something could happen there. But overall, Hyogoro, not too many thoughts regarding him. I do think it's a cool scene though, because it's like, the samurai they just throw off their clothing. In the anime, it's gonna be fucking dope. Like, the OST definitely gonna come on, they're gonna throw this off, and like these pirates are gonna be like, Nani? And they're gonna be there in front of him. Yeah, so I think this is just a cool little scene.
Yep, absolutely. And then we see actually Luffy and Yamato getting ready for action. Obviously, they're gonna try to.
Before that, we see Big Mom.
Yes. I was just about to bring that up. Big Mom's kind of just like, what, is Kaido dead or something? I guess trolling. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, but they like. I don't know who said this, but someone brought it up, and they honestly just feel like a married couple to me. They feel like a married couple that hate each other. Like a toxic marriage.
Definitely.
Like, is he dead or what? Like, she got a fat grin on her face while she's saying that.
Yes. Yeah.
I find it funny. Like, me, I'm not the biggest fan of Big Mom as a character, but this is kind of funny.
Word. It definitely was.
Kind of funny.
And then as Luffy and Ulti are about to Luffy and Yamato are about to get into action, Ulti actually intercepts Yamato. And I think that actually if Oda wants to go the route of, this is Yamato's first one-on-one fight, I'm all for it. I'd like to see your take on a flying six. You'd like that as well?
I would love it. Just give us like a full-fledged fight. Like, even if it's half a chapter or a chapter.
Yeah, definitely.
Show us their skill set. Just show them going off. Show us how formidable Yamato is.
Yep.
Especially if Yamato is to be a Straw Hat, like a lot of people are saying. She kind of needs to get some fights and whatnot. But I don't think that's happening. I don't think she is becoming a Straw Hat. That's its own entire conversation. But
yeah, I'm with you.
If she is, there is that chance. Obviously, there is a chance. As small as it is, in my opinion, there is a chance she is a Straw Hat, candidate. So if that is the case, she's gonna need some fights and action. She's gonna need some characterization, and a fight is always a good way to characterize your character. So this would be cool. Get a little fight between her and Ulti. Get some dialogue between them. I find Ulti mad entertaining, bro. She's just funny.
For sure.
She's like Yamato's like, this is the day I become Odin at last, and Ulti is like, are you crazy?
She's like, what are you talking about? Yeah.
Ulti is just mad entertaining, bro. She's just funny.
Yep. And then in that same scene, we see actually Nami and Carrot actually free themselves. We were all kind of expecting somebody would have to free them, and I don't think anybody expected them to do that. But then again, when has anything related to Big Mom ever been competent? So,
it kind of makes sense though. This is one I'll give the pass to because it makes sense. Because the only reason they got away was because Big Mom was occupied with Luffy. And whatnot, right?
Right. Exactly.
So her focus was, shifted. And they stole the opportunity and managed to get away. And then Big Mom, she just goes, I came all this way so I could kill you.
Yeah,
Luffy.
bro.
Luffy gives her that look like, oh, this old bitch again.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, nah, dude, I don't got time to deal with you right now. But it's not exactly his choice, man. That's a whole ass Yonko standing right in front of you, and she's not going away anytime soon. So I don't know. What do you think is gonna happen, bro? Because I do think Luffy and Big Mom will fight at some point in this arc, but right now,
I don't think so.
I don't know, bro. What are you thinking?
I think It could be like another round. Like, Luffy and Croc had 3 rounds in Alabasta.
For
Luffy
sure.
and Big Mom have technically already had a round in the Udon prison.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it wasn't a round, but they had a little scuffle, little something. I wouldn't even call that a scuffle. They had an encounter. So this could be another one of them where Luffy just, he has to kind of fend off against her, and she's just going batshit chasing him, and he's just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's best to talk about this after we get more Luffy dialogue a bit later on in the chapter. So we'll get back to that in a bit.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. So the next scene is actually Kaido. And I think it's ironic because Orochi was the one who was just betrayed by Kaido, yet he was the only one who took Toki's prophecy seriously. And you also see Kaido kind of recap the different events and situations in which the Skywards were led to this alliance with Luffy. And Kaido ultimately comes to the conclusion that a pirate will always betray you whenever it serves their best interests. Pirates are not to be trusted. And with the theme of betrayal being, so prominent in the arc, it kind of makes me think back of when Kaido was in Rocks. Maybe he experienced a really bad betrayal at some point that kind of, I guess, ingrained this into his character. Maybe even coming at God Valley or something. We know people have speculated that Whitebeard possibly betrayed his captain, which led to Roger and Garp defeating him. So what do you think of the sequence with Kaido talking about betrayal and stuff?
Him mentioning betrayal was just dope.
Yeah.
It as subtle as it is, it just adds to his character. The way he says pirates are gonna betray you.
Yep.
When they know you're gonna lose, they're gonna abandon you. So I hope this is gonna be further contextualized through a backstory for Kaido. I think that's inevitable. We're gonna get some sort of backstory and some sort of, we're going to find out what happened in Kaido's past, right? How he got to Wano is one thing I want to know about. Like, how did he meet Orochi and all that stuff there?
Yeah.
Well, we know, like, it was through the old hag, but, like, I want, like, details. I want to know Kaido, what he was up to, especially during the era of the rocks, because that's when he was an apprentice. So maybe he felt some sort of betrayal there. Maybe he had an experience there, and that's what adds to this, this mindset he has, this ideology. I would like that.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely would like that. Overall, this scene from like a direction standpoint, again, is just I like this scene a lot. Me, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Lately, because I'm gonna say something I already said in this podcast a few minutes ago. This is gonna be sick in the anime because when I love One Piece as a manga, but like Wano anime has been so fucking good.
Yeah, it's amplified everything for sure.
Yeah, every chapter I'm reading, I'm like, yo, this is gonna be sick in the anime. So I'm looking at this, and it's like he's in the center and he's surrounded by all of the Scabbards, and we get little panel shots of each of them. You get Kinemon, you get Raizo, you get Denjiro looking raw, Ashura Doji, all of them. We just get little panels, all of them, even Izo, Neko, all of them just looking at him and surrounding Kaido, and it's just a cool shot. You got Kinemon standing there, 2 swords looking like Odin. It's just, I like it. I like the whole little vibe of the scene, and I do think it's definitely going to be amplified greatly by the anime adaptation. So that's exciting.
For sure. And then also you got kind of Kinemon reiterating the fact that Luffy is not like most pirates, that, his alliances, I guess it implies that his alliances have all been successful leading up to this. And that's why Luffy has had success as a pirate. That Luffy will one day stand at the pinnacle of the sea. He'll be the pirate king, and the dawn will come to Wano. So it's just a really cool contrast there with Kaido, who's kind of just being, the stereotypical, oh, pirates will betray you, and that's what everyone has said. Even Robin warned Luffy about pirates betraying
betrayal
with law. So, the success of Luffy is just, it's been cool to watch. And
it makes sense. It makes sense. It's like it's like it just adds to him as a character, because the reason why Luffy's alliance succeeds and, Kid's alliance doesn't, and Kaido and Big Mom's is probably going to fail too, the reason that's the case is because of the kind of person Luffy is. He's a great judge of character. He knows who he's getting into business with, and it adds, because he's very trusting, right, Luffy? So to the point where you would call it naive, but at the end of the day, because he's such a good judge of character, he you could call it luck, but it's more than just luck, right? It's who he is as a person. Like he knows what to choose almost instinctively.
Definitely. And like even some of the Straw Hats on Punk Hazard were like, Law, do you know what Luffy's definition of an alliance is? They're like, they literally just mean you're friends.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna go to extreme lengths to help you out now. Like you got his back, he's got your back. That's Luffy's definition of an alliance.
Exactly.
And then Yep. And that actually leads us to, another good Luffy moment, and that's when he says, I've come here to whoop all of you. Like, it's an all-out war. I'm beating Big Mom. I'm beating Kaido. And Orochi, if he's still alive, yeah. So Luffy plans for his alliance to take down everyone, man, and it's reiterating what me and you have been saying, that this is the Yonko saga that's been built up since Zou, with two conflicts between two Yonkos, and I just think the culmination of everything is just leading us to this point that they both have to go down in this arc in the Yonko saga, right?
Yep.
It's just.
I don't think there's another arc in the Yonko. Like, even if there is another arc in the Yonko saga, it's not going to be Big Mom or Kaido. It will be Shanks and Blackbeard.
Exactly, and I think that would be more like the Pirate King saga, something like that.
Yeah,
for sure.
Because come on, bro, like that's it, man. We're not getting Big Mom in another arc.
There's no time, bro.
You can't just dedicate a whole nother arc to this woman, bro.
Man.
This isn't Big Mom piece. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot more. There's more important things to be dealt with for the narrative.
Exactly.
Overall,
and it's not even being biased against Big Mom's character. It has nothing to do with disliking her. It's just what practically makes sense for the story structure and the story progression. You know,
she's going down here, man. She's going down here. Yeah. Adding another arc for her is just repetitive, and it's just it creates too many issues.
Yep, for sure. And then. So the next scene we finally see Zoro and his group make it. We see Kid and Killer. We see Law, and some people have said that was Hawkins. I don't know, man. It might be Heat from Kid's crew. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, from the appearance wise, I can see that. I mean, it doesn't look exactly like Hawkins. If you look at a picture of Hawkins from behind, it doesn't look exactly like him. But I can see the resemblance. But then again, I don't think Hawkins is gonna be reintroduced like this, man. Like his fate. Of course, he's not dead, but his fate was left ambiguous for a reason. Oda isn't just gonna reintroduce him in a way like this that bears little to no significance.
Yeah, that'd be weird. That'd be weird for sure.
It would be really weird. So I don't think that's Hawkins.
Yeah.
I don't.
And then Law, Kid, and Zoro have kind of been grouped together since the last chapter as well. It makes me, and they're making their way to the front. It kind of makes me think that maybe those guys will be the ones who take on the Calamities. I don't know, or just be heavily involved in combats very soon. You agree? Those three will probably. Those are
100% heavily involved in combat soon. 100%.
Yep.
Calamity fights, I'm iffy on, but then
possibly,
I think Zoro and Kid might get King and Queen.
Yeah,
I think that.
Yeah, they're the most likely in my opinion. Law could take a Calamity on, but at the same time, he could just play his strategist, his support role that we've all been expecting.
Yeah.
And then the weirdest thing about this page is Marco and Perospero, and it was obvious that. I mean, I guess now it's obvious that Perospero was the shadowy figure he was referring to a couple chapters ago. I think we were hoping that was not the case, that it'd be something more unique than that. But, Oda obviously off-screened the encounter. So it just gives me the idea that Marco and Perospero probably came to some sort of mutual agreement that, we know Perospero doesn't approve of the alliance. He probably is trying to sabotage Kaido. And Marco probably just allowed it because Marco could, most people would agree Marco could probably easily defeat Perospero. That's not really a problem. He could have got rid of him if he wanted to. So my guess is Marco probably just said, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. I'll just let this Perospero dude just be this chaotic neutral or whatever, or just maybe assist in taking down Kaido. Do you think it was something like that as well?
I think it could have been, yeah.
Yeah.
It could be more than that. It could be a thing where they just Marco's trying to use him, and he's thinking he's trying to sabotage the alliance that could benefit us. So
yeah,
you could. So yeah, enemy of my enemy is my friend, like you said. But I don't know if they're working together. It looks really weird. You can't tell. Marco could have been chasing him.
Yeah, exactly. We know. Yeah, I was gonna say he could just be pursuing him.
He could just be chasing him, but Perospero might just be ducking.
That'd be weird too, though. How would he be able to escape from him? Is that candy Mach 5 or some shit? Damn.
I don't know, bro.
But then again, Big Mom chased the Straw Hats for 30 chapters in Whole Cake Island, so.
Yeah, anything's possible.
Yeah.
God damn.
Man. Okay. So the ending, a couple pages of the chapter is, it's pretty dope. Kaido's like, get your weapons, the party's over. We're gonna throw some hands right here, bro. It's time to fight. That's actually kind of a funny quote because most people, I think even you would agree with this. I can't remember exactly what you thought, but most people thought Kaido would just kind of sit back the entire raid, oh, this is a party. I'm just gonna drink here until my calamities are, and then once the calamities got dealt with, then he'd be like, okay, now it's time for me to step in. But no, Kaido wants the smoke right now. The Scabbard's attacked, everything. The party has gotten to a complete halt. Everybody's throwing hands now.
It had me shocked, bro.
Yeah.
Like it actually had me shocked. Like I thought Kaido was just gonna be thrown to the side until all the calamities are dealt with and whatnot.
Yep.
Same as Big Mom. I thought that Oda would have found a way to like stall them
for sure.
focus
just stall
on
the Yonko.
calamities.
Yep.
But right now it looks like all out war, and I don't know how we're gonna win this, bro. If the Yonko are involved right from the very beginning.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough, bro.
I have to see. I mean, the Scabbards are looking a lot stronger than people gave them credit for. I mean, I've been saying for a while that Denjiro and Ashura Doji are definitely like in the same ballpark as commanders.
No doubt.
And
no doubt they are.
And then I had a few of the other ones in like, you know, like being able to fight people like Oven, the Flying Six, Perispero, like around that kind of tier.
Yeah.
A few of the other ones, like Kawamatsu and Kinemon, maybe even.
Like you know, Izo was a Yonko commander, so.
Yeah, he was a Yonko commander. Like, of course, that doesn't mean he's as strong as all Yonko commanders.
For sure,
it's very different with the Whitebeard pirates. But regardless, it's, you know, it's we gotta put some respect on these Scabbards, man.
Yeah.
From this chapter, we know that they can all use Ryo, so that in itself, it's impressive.
And I think most people didn't agree with that because they thought it wouldn't make sense to have so many people in the alliance who could match the calamities. But if you think about the numbers advantage, it makes sense that they should be that strong because we are at such a huge disadvantage when it comes to numbers. So I don't really
we got quality
exactly.
Quantity.
So I don't think that's a big deal at all if multiple people can scrap with the calamities.
I agree.
But Kaido says, "Yeah, I'll show you the greatest army in the world," and he literally just like flies them to the top of the dome, like, "Yo, we're gonna throw it down up here." Kinemon's like, "Luffy, I'll see you, bro." And Luffy's like, "I'll catch up, man. I'll catch up. I'll join you guys soon."
And it's a cool interaction, man.
Yeah.
Kaido looks dope, man. The way they're hanging off of him is just fucking funny, though.
Dude, that was like some Hunter x Hunter shit when the dragon's taking Netero and Meruem to smoke.
Yeah, bro. That actually does remind me of that. That's facts.
Yeah, that was dope. But
I like it, man. It's a cool scene. Kaido looks raw. Kaido is, bro. I don't know how big this guy is. There's just the size scaling is so weird.
No, it's so inconsistent, bro.
he looks like he's 50 times bigger than like the Scabbards. And I don't know, bro. We'll find out.
Well, yeah, we'll see, bro.
Next thing we know, it's the same size as Gear 4 when they fight.
Oh yeah, exactly. So you know, we get a pretty dope standoff between the Scabbards and Kaido, and of course the army of Minks pulls up, bro. Like Neko and Inu, man, they are ready for Sulon, bro. The moon, the full moon,
bro.
Like we'll probably see their Sulon forms. This page looks
beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah, this page actually looks so fucking beautiful. Like this panel, Kaido right in front of the shot of the moon, the cherry petals. I think it's snow. Is it snow? It looks like cherry petals.
Yeah.
Snow that looks like flower petals. And then obviously the perfect night to watch a full moon.
Yeah. So you're saying it's a frost moon? Is that what you're saying, bro?
I mean, yeah, man. You know, it's Shimotsuki season. We've been saying this, bro. We've been saying this, man. It's the setting. The setting is correct.
Yeah.
For Kaido to be slain by Roronoa.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. We'll have plenty future discussions about that. But more people actually started to come around to it. You know. It's
a lot
crazy.
of people have been coming around to it lately. I don't know why this was the chapter that made them come around to it. Like,
yeah, for sure. Like, the Enma chapter wasn't the one. Like,
Enma chapter, so many chapters, bro.
Yeah.
One of the parallels between Odin and Zoro that we tried to hammer into you guys. But regardless, people are coming around to it.
Yeah,
but, you know,
for sure. So, what are your expectations for Ino and Neko Sulon, man? Like, I mean,
power wise,
I guess power and design wise. Like, do you think they'll just be like huge? Like, they'll be raw looking for sure.
I don't know, man. Oda can actually throw anything else. I'm excited for it though. I think it's gonna look raw. Yeah. Did Carrot grow in size? I don't think she did.
I can't remember.
I don't think Carrot grew in size.
Yeah. Okay.
By the way, did you know that chapter 888 was the Carrot?
I did know that. So that's really cool. That's really cool.
And bro, Oda loves his numbers, bro.
He does.
He absolutely loves his numbers. Bro.
Yeah. So I can imagine what he's gonna do for chapter 1000. It's probably gonna be so epic.
Yeah, I'm so hyped for 1000. Give me that Dragon chapter or Reverie chapter or something.
That'd be
I think it's lining up right. Like if we get battles for like the next 10 or 11 chapters, fights and whatnot.
Yeah.
Someone could die in about 10 or 11 chapters. We can get that.
Yeah, so that'd be the
tragedy.
The Act 3 tragedy.
The tragedy for the end of Act 3, and then chapter 1000 we can get a Reverie chapter. Yeah. I think Oda is lining it up for that. It feels like it.
That'd be perfect. Maybe it could be like a crazy reveal in chapter 1000. Maybe like an Emu level reveal. Like, oof. There's a lot of potential for that. So, what difficulty? I guess if we're expecting an army of minks plus Sulon, Ino, and Neko plus all the scabbards, like what difficulty do you think they can push Kaido? Like, I'm sure Oda's gonna give them all their moments where they show out. They go. All these characters go all out. But obviously Kaido's going to win this battle. Like between them specifically.
Hey man, they low-key.
What do you think,
bro? I think people in the One Piece fandom really sleep on the power of numbers. Like,
yeah,
I obviously Kaido is stronger than them.
Yeah,
together, even all of them added together, I'd say Kaido is stronger than all of them. But I think they can land some serious damage, bro. I think they can actually deal some serious damage. I wouldn't personally. Would I like it if they landed serious damage? Would I have an issue with it? I'm thinking because. It depends how severe it is, because I want the bulk of the work to be done by our main protagonist, right? Of course, these are protagonists and they are relevant to this arc.
That's what I'm expecting, yeah.
Yeah, but I want, Luffy, Zoro, even Law, Kid, the main folks, the guys we've been waiting to see go off. I want to see them go off. Say, at the end of the day, though, we definitely should be expecting, like, some greatness from the Scabbards in the next few chapters, and... I think they could push him like to a mid or high diff, around that region. Like
it's not crazy. It's not crazy.
It's gonna be a tough fight for Kaido. It's going to be maybe not tough, but he's gonna have to put work in to defeat all of them. But I don't think it's gonna be like that. I think it's gonna be interrupted. I think other people are gonna get involved.
Right. Yes.
I don't think it's gonna be as straight up as just Scabbards versus Kaido for 10 chapters straight. No,
not for 10 chapters, of course. But like you said, they started the fight. They'll get their moments. Oda will showcase the full extent to the Scabbard's abilities, even the ones that have been kind of held back. He'll fully showcase Ino, Neko, Sulon, but they'll exactly. They'll inevitably probably lose though. Like that's just the that's the reality of it.
Yeah.
But anyway, I guess it's time to move on now to Haki, and I guess our just overall opinions on how Haki's been portrayed in One Piece.
Before that, I think we skipped over the cover page. If you want to talk about that real quick,
we did do that.
We skipped over the cover page, yeah. Okay. What do you think of Robin?
hey man, I'm not opposed to it, bro. Like Oda in the SBS said that Frankie would be the father of the Straw Hats, Robin would be the mother.
Hey, he said that?
Yeah,
I never knew that.
Yeah, he did. He said Zoro's the oldest son. I think he said Usopp was like the middle child and Luffy was like the young. Oh no, so I don't know, something with Usopp and Sanji in the middle, and then I think Luffy's the youngest child. So and Brook is the grandpa. So hey,
Hey man, Frankie Robin happening. Like even after that little interaction they had a few chapters ago where Brook cock blocked. Obviously the granddad's gonna cock block. But it was
Another thing about Frankie and Robin is that their backstories and their stories have been intertwined in the same saga. Like their characters are connected with Frankie's relation to Pluton and the ancient weapons, and Robin's ability to read the poneglyphs and stuff. Like their stories are kind of just connected. So that's pretty cool. Sorry, Moji.
Had to be said.
Yeah, it did.
I don't even know if he's gonna watch this, bro, but it had to be said. But I think the most interesting thing about this cover page, right? It's the pipe, Sabo's pipe that Luffy is holding. Yep. And you know what? I'm gonna make an entire video about this, so I don't want to get into this too deeply. But for you guys watching this, right? Last time Luffy was holding a Ace of Spades card, what happened? That was like 40 or 50 chapters before Ace died. So Luffy holding Sabo's pipe. I mean, it could mean something. I don't think it means Sabo's dying, but it could mean something. It's interesting.
Yeah, but he's smiling. So
he's smiling in this one. In that one, he was crying.
Exactly. So maybe it signifies that he got away or some shit. Who knows, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully something positive. And then also, this is the first, official color spread where Jinbei is like a part of the crew. So hopefully that means, right? It is, right? This is the first spread with him in the.
Yeah. So he's officially a Straw Hat. He's been officially a Straw for a minute now, but this is it. Like this is Oda telling us that's it, straight up.
Yeah. So
Luffy is a Straw Hat.
So let's hope this means he's here for the long run and won't die in Wano or some shit, man.
I know you low-key want him to die so we can fuel the Luffy Big Mom agenda.
I mean, I'm not opposed. I'm not opposed to that, but
I don't think he's dying. I don't think he is dying.
Probably not.
Just because he's like officially joined and he's fresh to the crew, and the way he joined, I don't think so. If he showed up like halfway through the arc in the middle of the battle, then maybe I could have seen him dying. But right now, it's
for sure. Yep.
The way it looks right now, I don't think he's there.
I definitely still think there is more to the Jinbei escaping from Big Mom. I know you said that you probably don't think it's anything, but I still think that there's something there with the Sun Pirates.
I think it's inevitable that there's something there. I just don't think it's gonna be something that
significant. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be like Jinbei lost half his lifespan. Or of course not that in particular.
That's like impossible. That's impossible.
Yeah. But I don't think it's gonna be something that crazy. Like maybe some of them are dead. Even if all of them are dead, I don't know how that would like. I don't know what that would change because it doesn't seem like Jinbei wants to share that right now.
Right.
We'll see.
It's just a question of whether he has the choice to share it because Big Mom is right there, Jinbei is right there. Big Mom herself might bring it up. So
you'd be like, oh, you came after our body.
Exactly. I could totally see something like that. Yeah.
We'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see.
Okay, so moving on to Haki, and I guess something pretty controversial about this chapter was the fact that the Skywards were actually able to damage Kaido, and I've heard people say that this kind of sullies Kaido's reputation as the presumed world's strongest creature, and someone who's been hyped up to have such ridiculous durability and strength should not be damaged by people portrayed on the level of the Scabbards. So I guess, what are your initial thoughts on that, Fiji?
The fact that the Scabbards could cut Kaido?
Yeah, essentially. People don't like it.
I mean, it just seems like it's as simple as if you have Ryo, you can cut Kaido. I feel like that's as simple as it is, honestly.
Yeah, and I don't mind the fact that the Scabbards have a high-level technique because this isn't the first time we've seen people have high-level technique who aren't exactly portrayed to be powerhouses. Like,
exactly.
People can still learn advanced techniques, and there's also the idea that Kaido getting hurt was, psychological. You kind of talked about this earlier, how Odin is his Achilles heel, so when Kaido saw them, he had some PTSD with Odin, therefore made him a little more vulnerable in that situation. I guess Odin is kind of like Big Mom's mother Carmel. Kaido and Big Mom are both kind of portrayed to be as mentally fragile for different reasons. They are big ass creatures who have these big weaknesses.
Exactly, yeah. I definitely think that's what Oda's going for with the whole drinking and suicide and whatnot. We know Kaido wants a grand death, but is jumping off of a sky island that grand death he wants? No, because he's just drunk and he's just trying to kill himself.
Suicidal, yeah, exactly.
I think that suicide is different to the actual, wanting his dream. I don't think that's his dream that he's trying to fulfill.
Exactly. It's not his dream to die. It's his dream to die in the grandest, biggest war the world has ever seen.
Exactly.
That's completely different. Yeah.
Yeah. And him jumping off a sky island is supposed to, highlight how mentally fragile he is. So yeah definitely a good point there. I don't think it's PTSD. I think it's just as simple as Ryo. A lot of people have been talking about this. A lot of people have made videos about this. I think it's just as simple as if you have Ryo, you're able to damage Kaido. People just seem to think that Ryo automatically means if you have Ryo, your armored Haki is better than somebody who doesn't. I don't think that's the case.
Right.
I think Luffy, even before the training, would have had better armored Haki than Kiku or Raizo. It just means that he didn't have the advanced level, which means he didn't have the ability to bypass like Kaido's tough skin. Because the way we know it works is that it's a layer outside of your body.
Yeah, it's letting the Haki flow out. Exactly. Extending beyond the medium in which you harden yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's just as simple as I have a higher level of Haki. My Haki is better. I don't think that's the case because remember, Boa Sandersonia and Marigold, they had advanced armament Haki. Sentomaru had advanced armament Haki. These people, I mean, Sentomaru we don't really know much, but Boa Sandersonia and Boa Marigold were defeated by Gear Second pre-time skip Luffy.
For sure. And then I guess that kind of leads us to the overall Haki display, because obviously we know the Scabbards did use Ryo because Kaido specifically pointed it out. So, it's a fact that they used Ryo. It's just the fact that it was not displayed on screen. And there's been kind of, I guess, drawing inconsistencies, if you want to say, of when Ryo is being displayed. Like in the Udon prison, Luffy is actually using hardening while using Ryo. Does that mean you have to use hardening when you use Ryo? We don't know. We don't know.
I don't think it does, because even the flashback of Rayleigh saving Kami, he is using hardening on his hand.
He's using hardening, right?
So it's so confusing, or it's hard to understand.
Yeah.
And then you just see in this latest chapter no hardening or anything on their sword, and for some reason they're able to use Ryo and Kaido. And last chapter, Luffy took Yamato's handcuffs off without using hardening.
Yep. And then there's also the fact that this isn't factual, but people have presumed that Zoro in Fishman Island was using the emission stage of advanced armament Haki, which is I guess the level 3 we call it. And he's like, he literally says, like, the kanji says barrier Kekkai, and it doesn't appear Zoro touched Hyozu's sword like directly.
Yeah.
Right. So
he's just using. It's fairly obvious he's using advanced armament there. Yeah.
But he's not using hardening.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So I don't think it's like that. I don't think it's that clear cut.
Yeah. Exactly. It just like you just said, I think hardening can be a separate technique. We know that the emissions, like I call it emission. I call level 3 armament Haki emission. I think you can be proficient in a lower level of Haki and still be stronger than someone. Like you just said, Luffy can still defeat the Scabbards even before he got Ryo, because he's probably just that much more proficient in hardening.
Forget even defeat. Like, he still has better Haki than that.
Yes, better Haki.
Sure. Even if he hasn't got the advanced level, because just imagine this, right? Imagine it's out of 100. Let's just say there's a meter, right, for every level. Out of 100, say Luffy is 90 out of 100 on just base hardening.
Yep.
And then you look at the Scabbards and they're like 40 on base hardening and then 40 on the advanced level.
Exactly. Luffy's still gonna win.
Luffy's still gonna win.
Exactly. Right. Exactly.
Yeah, he still has superior Haki. He just doesn't have the advanced technique, the application, because these are all different applications of Haki, right?
Yeah.
This is how it's applied. I feel like levels is a very misleading term, and this fan base is kind of hard because that's what we've become accustomed to using.
Exactly.
That's what the fan base uses, and everyone just seems to have this same kind of consensus that I feel like it's wrong. I feel like a lot of people don't fully understand Haki. I mean, I struggle to fully understand it. It's very
that's
convoluted.
It's because it's a super vague power system. In a lot of ways. I sometimes wish Oda would just go full on Tagashi and just waste an entire page with just text explaining in detail how this stuff works, so we don't have so many guesses on stuff like this,
Yeah, man. Oh, it's so shrouded in mystery. I just wish it had just go Tagashi on us for 5 fucking chapters straight. I don't care.
Yeah, exactly, man. Like I like that.
Yeah, man. Like, I don't mind, bro. Turn One Piece into a novel or some shit. No, I'm trolling, but you know what I'm saying. Like, just in general, I wish it was a lot more thoroughly explained, because right now it's hard. It's not clear cut whatsoever. So we're gonna have to wait and see.
Exactly, and I do think it would be cool if you can use like these different abilities in conjunction with each other. Like for instance, like you just mentioned, Luffy was using hardening while he was practicing his Ryo. That doesn't necessarily mean he has to use hardening, but would that make it more advantageous for him to use both of them in conjunction? It's like, I think that'd be cool if that's a possibility, but we just don't know. It's not 100% clear. And one thing that I've actually been thinking of, Fiji, I guess I'm gonna go theory on you for just a second.
Go on, hit me.
So when it comes to the Black Blades, right, that's something that's been ambiguous as well. A concept that was introduced in Act 2 that we still haven't gotten a full explanation on. So, like we just mentioned, when it comes to armament Haki, it's been stated that there are, I guess, not different levels, but different techniques. Like how emission is the flow of Haki extending past your medium, whether that's your fist or a sword, whatever your medium is. Emission is when you flow it past it. To me, I have looked at them as just separate techniques that could be better suited for a different situation. Like how, we think Zoro used advanced Haki on Hyozu, but in Dressrosa, he just used hardening on Pika, because I think that would probably have just been better suited for the situation, since Pika himself was coating himself in full body armament hardening. I believe it's possible that someone could have just a ridiculous proficiency in hardening and be stronger than somebody who has emission and internal destruction, like you just mentioned. So do you think when it comes to Black Blades, it could just be the ultimate mastery of hardening? Like, maybe just the highest level of it, as well as just a ridiculous history of battle, could be what a Black Blade is. And it could explain why somebody like Whitebeard and Roger, who did not have Black Blades, even though they have literally been shown to use the highest levels of armament Haki, emission, they were fighting without touching each other directly. So do you think maybe it's possible that Ryuma and Mihawk just kind of mastered hardening to a level that nobody has before, and that in addition to just many battles, many experiences, led to the Black Blade? Like, do you think something like that is possible?
Yes, for sure. Like, it's definitely within the realm of possibility of what we know so far about Haki.
Yeah.
Black Blades are so confusing because I don't think it's as simple as better Haki, because it just, I mean, like, it's possible. It's very, very possible. Ryuma and Mihawk just have the best armored Haki ever in history. It's very, very possible.
It's possible for sure.
It's very possible. Like, Roger might have been more proficient in like something else. Whitebeard had his devil fruit, so I already think Mihawk has better armored Haki than Whitebeard. But
yeah, most likely.
When it comes to like Roger, you can justify that with other means. Like maybe he was more physically powerful in terms of speed and strength and stuff, or maybe Mihawk was just stronger than Roger. You know what I'm saying? We might just have to hop on that agenda. This is gonna get botted by you in the chat. But yeah, like in general, I mean, it's very convoluted, hard to understand. I think Black Blades is one of those things you're gonna have to wait and see how it's explained. And
it should be this arc. It should be this arc.
It should be, and it's very possible that when we're finally taught what Black Blades are, it just completely, creates a plot hole, or just goes back and retcons something we already know. Because right now I can't think of a way it makes full sense without retconning.
Yeah,
maybe I'm just wrong. Maybe I just can't think of a logical way, or maybe maybe fans just have to come to terms with the fact that Mihawk is the strongest armored Haki user alive.
Just build different, man. Like armored Haki is it's the most important metric when it comes to combat for swordsmen.
Yeah, man.
That's been emphasized, in my opinion.
That's been emphasized, and I've already been on the train that
Mihawk
has the best armaments already. So.
Yep.
I might have to just start, saying it and teaching the streets.
For sure.
Fa. Hey, man, the killer laugh.
Oh,
how do you say? Fa. The anime laugh is nasty. The anime laugh is nasty, bro.
Dude, Toei did such a good job of making him look like a crackhead. Like, holy shit, bro.
Yeah, he was going looks crazy. Like a he's a full-on crackhead.
Maybe he was nerfed, bro. No, I'm just kidding. But
Hey, man. God damn.
But yeah, bro, like hopefully we do get some of these answers soon when it comes to Black Blades and just kind of like the overall concept of armored Haki in general, and just how these different levels and techniques work.
Hopefully, man, because overall Haki right now is incredibly convoluted, hard to understand.
Yeah.
There's so many different interpretations that all make sense. Yeah. Like I can't even dispute some of these interpretations with my own interpretation, because at the end of the day, it's just different interpretations. It's just different ways of seeing it. Yeah. And I understand that, and I can't really argue with some of that shit. So.
Exactly. And maybe because Katakuri has future sight, and so far he's been the only one to use future sight in the canon verse, right? We can make speculation that like some of the admirals used it, maybe Akainu used it in Marineford because he was spot dodging the way Katakuri was against Luffy. So Usopp, when he unlocked observation Haki in Dressrosa, right, he was detecting presence. Do you think maybe like the sniper's route of observation Haki doesn't go as much the route of predicting intent in the future, as opposed to being able to detect presence of the highest level? Because that would kind of make sense for a sniper, being able to hit any object, being able to sense any target from like any distance away. Do you think maybe that's a possibility? Like kind of how I just suggested the hardening route could be the mastery of the Black Blade. Maybe like for snipers, the route of just observing and detecting presence is like, I guess, the ultimate mastery when it comes to observation Haki for a sniper, and maybe Usopp will achieve that.
Observation Haki has like I don't think it's even more hard to understand than armor.
Exactly. It is
way harder because it's there's so many different abilities, and it's like a tree with a lot of branches on it.
Exactly.
So you have like when Rayleigh first showed us it, like he could tell the amount of animals on the island. He could tell you can it has precognition, so the ability to like see attacks before you get hit. It's you get future sight, being able to see into the future, see things from miles away, detecting presences. It's like there's a lot when it comes to observation. So that is, bro, honestly the best way to fix this, like you said, Oda hit us with the Togashi, man.
Yeah, and that's why I think it'd be cool if Usopp could go that branch. Like Luffy's going the future sight branch, obviously, being able to see the future, and that makes sense for his fighting style, who's a straight up brawler. Whereas Usopp could go the route of just being able to detect any presence around the island, like being able to hit anything from anywhere. And that's what he unlocked in Dressrosa, because he sensed Sugar's presence and was able to hit her. So I don't know. Hopefully we get some explanation soon, man.
Yeah, man. Like we came in to talk about Haki. At the end of the day, it's hard to talk about it, bro. It's so confusing. Like my understanding is probably different to you completely. If we sat down and I explained, it'll probably take us a long time, and it's best if I had like panels and that, so I could show like a visual understanding.
For sure.
But if I sat down and explained Haki to you, we probably would have different explanations.
Yeah.
That's how convoluted it is, and me and you are actually on the same wavelength.
Pretty much.
So even then, I feel like there would be difference. So imagine people who, like, I've seen somebody explain to me why there's 5 levels of armor in Haki, and the explanation made sense.
Yeah.
It made sense. I mean, like, I disagree with it, but it made sense. So
what was that 5th level, if you don't mind me asking?
No, it was like invisible armament, and then it wasn't like 5 levels. It was 5 different applications, right?
5 applications.
And I feel like I think the applying it onto a weapon, it was a different application. I think they included that as.
So they think that's different from hardening.
Yeah, they think it's a different.
Yeah, I disagree with that. I think it's just hardening in like whatever medium you choose, whether that's a weapon or your fist or your legs. Like that's how I see it.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
I think this break came at an annoying time, because bro, this is like peak Wano so far for me in terms of excitement. Week to week excitement. Week to week excitement. This is peak Wano for me. Like,
yeah, I'm with you.
I need this next chapter. I need these next chapters.
I need these fights. So, I guess going into chapter 9, what chapter would it be? 970. 988. Yeah. Oh, because it's 100, of course, from Carrot Sulan transformation. So, I definitely think obviously we'll see the Sulan version of Ino Neko. It's probably gonna look cool, and Oda will. I think I could see him dedicating like at least half the chapter. I know he's been kind of going back and forth lately between all the different people on Wano, but I could see him dedicating maybe even like half of this chapter to this Kaido battle and like the transformation of the minks.
I could see that same. I could definitely see that.
And then maybe he uses like the rest of the chapter to kind of set up the Calamity fights. I mean, I think they should be right around the corner, bro. We've been guessing for a while now. When are these Calamity fights gonna happen? When are the one-on-ones gonna start? And it literally could be very soon, like next chapter.
They're around the corner. It literally could be. Like could be like you were saying, Zoro, Kid, and Law or something could just bump into Calamity.
Exactly.
I mean, Luffy and Jack could even happen. Yeah. I know. That's still a possibility. That's up in the air.
With Big Mom right there, I can't see that anymore.
Okay, yeah, I see that. I get that. With Big Mom right there, I can't see that anymore. It just depends. It just depends. Like, Big Mom and Luffy are definitely gonna clash. There's gonna be a kind of like some sort of confrontation.
For sure.
Some sort of encounter, like physical, like exchanging blows or something. Yeah, man, I'm excited. There's a lot that could happen in these next few chapters.
Yep, definitely.
I heard we're apparently going back to a normal schedule. That's what was
need that, man.
Fall back to a normal schedule?
Wow.
I need it.
What a concept, right?
It's been a long time, bro, and that would put us on track to still have chapter 1000 this year.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. We need chapter 1K this year, man. 1000 is insane, bro. Like,
I need that chapter.
Regardless of what you think of One Piece, like, this man made it to chapter 1000 in a manga he started it in 1997. That is work rate. That's some pretty unrivaled like consistency, honestly.
Yeah, man. Oda to go. We have to give him that.
Yeah.
In terms of work rate. Yeah. in other facets, as a human being, I don't know, man. I can't really talk about that.
I separate the work from the off the field issues, bro. off the court issues.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, next chapter I just expect, like you said, half the chapter dedicated to the Sulongs and whatnot. Maybe more than half of the chapter dedicated to that. We'll just have to see. I do think we're obviously going to get Luffy on screen next chapter, some stuff between him and Big Mom. I mean, it is One Piece. We have to see Luffy every chapter.
Bro, I'm sick of Kid and Zoro warming up, bro. They've been warming up for the last like 10 chapters. Can you just get them in some action again?
It's actually been like 6 chapters.
Yeah.
You know that? Like,
dude,
it feels like 20 because of the breaks.
Yeah,
so
I know, bro.
Like,
it's like every chapter I've read, it's like, oh, Zoro and Kid fighting fodder in the background again. Oh, sick, bro.
Oh, 9. I'm just grateful we got 980, man. That vice captain and captain greatness, bro.
Yep.
Bro, Zoro carrier Luffy out it, but I'm still shocked we got that chapter.
I know.
That chapter was.
I like how he hyped up Apu there too.
Yeah, man. It was. I enjoyed that chapter because it was a great chapter. But then the fandom were just all on full slander.
They were wilding for Zoro. and like I kind of understand it to some extent, you know, going after Zoro fans. But the thing is, to me, it's like, how can you slander when Luffy literally is right there, getting worse treatment? It's like, come on,
as
bro.
a Luffy and Zoro fan, it was a tough week for me in the community.
Oh,
I love the chapter,
yeah.
but man,
yeah, it was a good.
They were after my
dude,
boys.
I don't mind it, bro. I like the fact that he used that to hype Apu, who literally he scarred Zoro, he scarred Kid, he made a massive hit on Luffy. Like I don't care. Every altercation with the Supernova, he's somewhat hyped them up, like made them you know, look pretty formidable for the most part. So
like, this is the worst generation.
It is, man.
People gotta appreciate it.
We all agree that Luffy is like, you know, the cream of the crop when it comes to the worst generation, but
of course,
there's no reason they should. Well, yeah. Sorry, supernovas. I'll rephrase that.
Of the supernova, it's Luffy.
So there's no reason those guys should be, you know, miles behind him.
Yeah,
in my opinion, at this point, obviously, end of series you can make different arguments, but as of this point in Wano, the arc where most of them are gathered, this is probably the most supernova centric arc we'll ever get.
Yeah, 100%.
So they
other than Sabodi, technically. Other than Sabodi. Like, even then, that wasn't that centric. It was just introducing.
It was like it was their introduction, and this is the arc where I guess they solidify themselves as the supernovas, the worst generation. Like our time is now.
And they actually have a role in the narrative.
Exactly.
To play. Like,
exactly.
I think Hawkins is actually going to do some interesting shit by the end of this arc. I think Drake is going to play a massive role, of course. Yeah. I think Law is going to. Obviously, he's already done his shit in the story, but he's going to definitely play a role here.
Yep.
Kid, without a doubt, I think he might be the most prominent supernova after Luffy and Zoro
after our two MCs who, you know, we think are going to be the main contributors to the two Yonkos downfall. So
100%. No, we don't think it anymore.
We know it.
Hey man, this is going online. If it doesn't happen, we taking L's. Bro, I'm going in.
I don't care, man. I'm 99.7% sure it's happening. You know, I'll gladly take my L if it doesn't. You know, you guys can replay this exact clip in all these compilation videos clowning us. I don't care. I'm that confident, man.
Yeah. Hey, man, it's gonna happen though.
Dude, regardless of which side freaking wins in that situation, bro, it's gonna be a polarizing event.
It's gonna be
on Twitter
ridiculous.
and YouTube.
I'm excited, regardless of whether Zoro kills Kaido or not. I mean, if Zoro kills Kaido, it's gonna be the time of my life. Yeah. If he doesn't, it's gonna be terrible. But I'm enjoying it regardless, man.
You'll probably instantly gain like 10,000 subs, just off that.
Hey man, you too, bro. You know, I need to get your ZKK video out, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
I pioneered the theory.
I definitely plan to soon. You know, we'll get it out soon. We'll get it out. Okay, I think that's going to conclude episode 8 of the Romance Dawn podcast. Really good chapter, lots to look forward to coming up. Fiji, great job per usual, bro.
Thanks for having me as per usual, man. Obviously, next episode is going to be on my channel next week. I'm going to see if I can get a guest on there. So let us know in the comment section if there's any other YouTubers that you would like to see on the Romance Dawn podcast. I'm going to try to get a guest on next week. And I'm just excited because next week's chapter is looking litty.
Oh, man, we ready? And are you going to live react again?
Oh yeah, live reactions become a regular.
See,
that's it.
You've gone down the right path, bro.
I need to, man. I need to. The rest of this arc needs to be documented, bro. My live reaction, because when that chapter comes or when that spread comes, bro.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. All right. Once again, thank you guys all for tuning in. We appreciate all the support, and we'll see you guys next time.